Okay, so yesterday the last 2 days we've been taking a look at the uh, was it Decentaland, and Decentaland is a good example of what they call a DApp, a decentralized application. Now this is a pretty good article here, and they talk about what they are. It's essentially a decentralized app running on the blockchain. You can have decentralized apps that don't necessarily run on the blockchain. You can have several servers. A lot of databases will allow you to spread the database over multiple servers. You might even argue that if you're using something like AWS, Amazon Web Services, where you can have multiple servers doing the same job. But a DApp specifically refers to a decentralized app that runs on the blockchain. So generally they're notable features: open source, decentralized, and it has to be stored on public and decentralized blockchain, and of course all the factors of blockchain like mining or proof of work or proof of stake type of stuff. And of course Ethereum is kind of the granddaddy of them all. And the key is that decentralized networks, that they're using cryptography, they have no single point of failure. And the blockchain, of course, is trustless, global, and permanent, which means that once something is accepted into a ledger, that's it. It can't change. It's immutable, which prevents, shenanigans, people changing stuff. Example might be voting. Once a vote is registered, cannot be changed. So they're talking about some of the more, let's see, Ethereum, dApps, and generally they're written in a typical web language, like, as we mentioned, TypeScript, and things of that nature. So if you look at what we were, see if you can see, make sure you're seeing what I think you're seeing. When we talked about Decentaland, so these are dApps. So you have these widgets that are going to be sent, these different applications that use these components that they already have some tools already built for you. So let's see, but the point is, once it's all put together, it's gonna run and talk to the Decentaland chain, or the Ethereum chain that's talking to Decentaland. So let's see, connect. So it's talking to the wallet, and that seems to be their main reducing it. So this here goes into the details of how you would connect, create these dApps that are specific for Decentaland, and they use an Ethereum wallet, etc., etc. So anyway, there are many kinds of dApps, and they talk about some of them here. A lot of them have been kind of games and things of that nature, but the potential is there. Various in finance, and as we saw, gaming, and all kinds of things. Theta video broadcasting, different ways of taking advantage of the blockchain to run apps that are not dependent on one server, that are immutable. You know, once you imagine if think about a financial transaction, a store, for example, right? Once you make that purchase, that record of that purchase is permanent, and you can always go back and prove that you purchased whatever it is. And that's why blockchain combined with Dapps is going to be extremely important. And we're going to start going into it. One nice thing about Ethereum is, and truffle, is the boxes. Let's see, I think I can pull something up here. And we've looked at them before. Let's see if we, well, it's Axis. Here we go. See if you're seeing that. Nope, you're back to the theta mainnet. Let me get that right so you can see it. Let's see. Truffle suite. Here we go. Alright, now you can see it. And we talked about this before. They have boxes that'll basically let you get started. See if it's gonna, let's see, sweet, truffle, and so let's see, it shows them down here. So you can see this lets you, we've looked at Drizzle, lets you start. So I think we're going to get a little bit more into it. You notice there are options. This is a example. This is if you're used to using React JS, React Native. You can even create your own, and these are essentially templates to let you do this stuff quicker than you would otherwise. So we're going to get into this a little bit. It's even have one if you're using Azure. If you're using something like Filecoin and you want to do something based on that, various and different things that you can do. Angular, if you like Angular JS, not Angular 1. Angular 1 is terrible, but the newer Angular is actually pretty good. So this is a various and sundry tools here, and we're going to start taking more of a look at this, and hopefully this should be very useful, because what it's going to do essentially is take your smart contract and bring it to life, put it something that a normal person can use. You don't have to get into, you know, Remix in order to access, or, you know, some other development oriented things. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. If it has, then please give a like, please subscribe, ring the bell, and please share with your friends who might be interested, and I will speak to you next time.